7.
And wow, no. Hey man, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back to another episode of the Lounge Syndicate, and we are back with our rebooking of the Vision. I'm your host with the real Cartier frame and a prescription, the Lounge Director of Operations himself. Work harder, nobody cares. It's Mr. J, you know what I'm saying? Big Buffy honors on, 5,000 on the Cartier glasses, you know what I'm saying? And they stamp, you feel me? And joining me like always, my very wise and humble lounge chief content officer himself, my wise man, Mr. Hunter. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Ready to end this year on a high note.
Yes, sir. And last but certainly not least, the five time, five time time independent wrestling photographer of the year. We got the nose that knows himself, Mr. The Face. Bro, what's up with you in this chair? Why do you decide to do extremely strong things for no reason?
Because I'm gunned up, baby. That's what
He
you
ain't
do.
just the face, he's the whole dang thing.
He's the whole thing. You feel me? Ain't that right, TK?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Easy now, easy. We are an all age channel.
He ain't got
That
no
was
buffs.
hilarious.
He ain't got no buffs. How you going? He ain't got no buffs.
That's crazy.
But yeah, so what we're gonna do, me and Hunter are gonna run over our notes of book how we would have booked the not the bloodline. I'm sorry, how we would have booked the Vision, and we are going to start at we started around after WrestleMania when the Vision actually started. So let's get into it, man. What we're gonna do is D at the end. You're gonna tell us one if you enjoyed it. Two, if with you being a booker before, would you book and would you get our show booked on one of your cards? And three, if you would hire us as writers going forward.
Gotcha.
So we start off.
No.
Some of the what? We ain't
I saw that one coming.
Hey bro, put your nose away.
It's funny because I did.
All right, so starting off after Mania, the Vision started. The Bronze are busy. They away doing what the Bronze decide to do. You know what I mean? Now we have to get Seth Rollins versus CM Punk at WrestleMania Backlash, and that's where this faction begins at. Braun Breaker is introduced to the faction at WrestleMania Backlash. He helps Seth Rollins retain his World Heavyweight Championship. He also does it in such an amazing fashion that CM Punk has to take a little break, has to go away for a while. So we get to the next Raw itself. They are introducing themselves as the Vision. We are here. We're gonna beat everybody up, take names. Paul Heyman is there. He's introducing Braun Breaker as the next generation of this great industry that we call professional wrestling. He is a man. He is I'm talking about. He getting them right. He is letting everybody know that Braun Breaker is here to stay, but under the guidance of Seth freaking Rollins. Imagine if Seth Rollins had the killer instinct and drive that a Braun Breaker does have. Now, Mr. Paul Heyman cuts this amazing promo to get us hype and get us ready. But we got Money in the Bank qualifiers. And just to make his presence felt, he absolutely destroys Sheamus to get his card punched into the Money in the Bank match. Sheamus, being a brawler, was caught off guard. We may not see him for a little minute. In the Money in the Bank match, we have Mr. Braun Breaker, Mr. Sami Zayn, Mr. L.A. Knight, Mr. Drew McIntyre, Mr. Cero Meadow himself, Mr. Penta, as well as the one who we call him, Carmelo Hayes. in this match, it is a war zone. It is a mess. Everything is happening, and it's just we're throwing people off ladders, people getting flipped, and at the end of the day, Mr. Braun Breaker wins your money in the bank. Now, later on in this same show,
Wait. In juxtaposition, in real life, in real life, what? Seth ended up winning, right?
yes, wait,
And then
that was no, that was
Yes.
the year prior. Was that not the year prior?
That was this year. That was this year.
that was this year. And
Well,
then who the person missed what? And you took Andrade out of it.
no, we haven't got to the next member yet. They had
No. I'm talking about out of the Money in the Bank.
yeah,
Okay.
I think it was Andrade's spot. So next we move on to the main event of the evening. Mr. Seth freaking Rollins has to defend his world heavyweight championship against number one contender, the Ring General himself, Mr. Gunther, who has stepped up to take the place of an injured CM Punk after what happened to him at the hands of Braun Breaker. Now, the match is going on. Gunther and Seth Rollins are absolutely beating the piss out of each other. We got chops, we got slaps, we got super kicks. Now,
men beat me, push, throwing around me.
yes, sir. Seth finally thinks he gets the upper hand. He goes vicious Seth. He tries to go buckle bomb into the curb stomp. After the buckle bomb, instead of stumbling to the floor, Gunther come through and hits him with the hellacious chop to chop down Mr. Seth freaking Rollins. At this point, Gunther is talking his talk. He's making it known. But then here comes the dog himself, Mr. Braun Breaker creeping. He tries to sneak up on Gunther, but Gunther catches him and hits him with a power bomb of his own. But as Gunther is getting ready to take advantage of the end of this matchup to gain his heavyweight championship, we see a masked figure jump over the barricade. This masked figure comes through and hits Gunther with a lead pipe to the stomach. He falls. He tries to get back up. Braun Breaker hits him with the spear. As soon as he is speared, Seth Rollins hits him with a curb stomp to retain the World Heavyweight Championship. Now, they are absolutely beating Gunther to a pulp. They are trying to take away every bit of competition that Seth freaking Rollins is going to have on Monday Night Raw. And as the masked assailant unmasks himself, we find out that it is the one and only Mr. Tony D'Angelo. Fresh off of kicking out of his own family, the following Raw, the wise man, Mr. Paul Heyman, the Vision, Mr. Seth Rollins, the badass Mr. Braun Breaker, introduced the former Don, Mr. Tony D'Angelo, to the Vision. And as Mr. Paul Heyman is cutting this hellacious promo telling us that Tony D'Angelo was betrayed by his own family, it made him realize he needed to start stepping over people, and he knows when to align himself with the big guy. Now, in hints, is making the Vision turn more in a family-oriented direction. But we'll see if that's able to fully last as we move on. Night of Champions is coming up as our next big pay-per-view. Seth Rollins versus Jey Uso at Night of Champions. Now, this is a great matchup. Despite what everyone thinks, Jey Uso is still putting up a solid fight. We think that the match is coming in its final stages. Jey Uso gets ready to hit an Uso splash, and then you hear that siren. And here comes Mr. Braun Breaker jumping the barricade, pulling Jey Uso out of the ring, fighting him. But as soon as he sets up to hit him with the spear, we hear those familiar drums. We see the ones go in the sky. we got Mr. Tribal Chief himself, Roman Reigns, has came out to prevent his cousin's demise. But as Roman Reigns walks down to handle the business, which is Braun Breaker, he sees a familiar face in the crowd and he jumps over and Superman punches Tony D'Angelo, who was trying to sneak up on him through the crowd. He goes down, and as he's taking care of Braun Breaker, another masked and hooded figure with a lead pipe jumps over and crack Roman in the back of the legs. Hops up, Braun Breaker spears Roman Reigns. In the chaos, Jey Uso tries to help and gets caught with a lead pipe of his own for his trouble. Rolled in the ring, Seth Rollins hits him with a curb stomp, and he retains the title. But this time, we don't wait. Austin Theory unmasked himself at Night of Champions, showing that he was the man who has finally helped save the vision.
Can we talk about that new theme song for just a second? Banger, awesome, love it. So we
Roman
have to
Reigns,
have that theme song at that moment. I don't want the old theme song at that moment. I want the new one.
Right. Yeah, we can skip the A-Town down.
Yeah,
We can skip
A-Town
that
down.
one.
now they start going to town on Roman Reigns. Because look, here's Roman Reigns, another enemy to the state of Seth Rollins. Now the next Raw, we get introduced to Austin Theory. We have the wise man, Mr. Paul Heyman. We have the visionary Seth freaking Rollins. We have the badass Braun Breaker. We have the former Don, Tony D'Angelo, and the new and improved Mr. Austin Theory. Now, the reason the wise man gives us for Austin Theory is he was mistreated. He was done extremely dirty. He was treated poorly by those who were supposed to be his friends and the Grayson Wallers of the world who set him up for failure. But no, he is done being a victim. He, like Tony D'Angelo, wants to take matters into their own hands. And that they do. This moves us on to July, Saturday night main event. And Tony D'Angelo and Austin Theory have made themselves a credible threat in the tag team division, gaining themselves a tag team title match versus the Judgment Day, where they are able to beat JD McDonough and Finn Balor to gain hold of the Raw tag team titles. Now, Mr. Money in the Bank, Braun Breaker, is also in this match, also on this match card. He needed something to do, so he decided he was going to beat up on old Dominic Mysterio for the Intercontinental Championship. But in this match, we get a lot of Roxanne Perez and a whole lot of Raquel Rodriguez interference, and they allow Dom to just narrowly escape with a DQ win by throwing the chair and falling down as homage to Mr. Eddie Guerrero. Now, the final match of the night is Seth Rollins versus Jey Uso. Rematch from Night of Champions, but the Vision is banned from ringside. But with a still battered and beat up Jey Uso, Mr. Seth Rollins is able to buckle bomb and curb stomp his way to victory en route to a hellacious SummerSlam. Now, we are at SummerSlam. Now, in the meantime, Braun Breaker has still been killing everybody. The most dominant tag team / faction is Division. And it's looking like we are running out of foes to dethrone Mr. Seth Rollins himself. And we start to wonder, are they attempting to do a hostile takeover of both brands? Or will Mr. Braun Breaker get tired of living in Seth freaking Rollins' shadow and go take what he feels he should rightfully deserve? Because remember, Mr. Paul Heyman said he is the future of the business. Moving on to SummerSlam. Braun Breaker gets his rematch against Dom Mysterio and just absolutely destroys him en route to winning his Intercontinental Championship. The Vision also retains their tag belts against the Judgment Day, so the Judgment Day is stripped down and beltless now, as well as Seth Rollins has to defend his championship versus a mystery opponent, and the Vision is banned from ringside. That mystery opponent turns out to be Mr. Big Brunson Reed, making his return after breaking his ankle. He's making his return because he wants to lay claim to that World Heavyweight Championship, finish some of the feud that he left off on, and take care of business with Mr. Seth freaking Rollins.
Which makes sense.
Now, up until this point, D, how you feeling, man? Before I
I
tell you to finish to this Seth match.
I feel like they're definitely a more dominant tag team faction than what we got in real life already. Also, we're able to build characters from people. Like I like the addition of Tony D'Angelo. I like the premature, like, you know what I'm saying, like premature Austin Theory instead of like waiting until like recently for him to join. I like those factors already. My only, you know what I'm saying, my only whatever, how I feel about heel. But so far they're definitely built to be like menacing, and I do appreciate having that because they took so many L's when they formed, man. And you know what I'm saying, right here they're dominant. It actually looks like there's something to actually, you know what I'm saying, there's something to believe in here or to fear, which is what a heel would want.
Now, Seth Rollins versus Mr. Brunson Reed, and Seth is on his last leg. Now, Seth Rollins decides to make sure that you know that he is the man. He is the architect. He's the vision. He's the brains behind the organization. Knowing that he cannot beat the relenting and relentless Mr. Brunson Reed, he decides to take a page out of Randy Orton's book and pop, slap the referee, and Mr. Brunson Reed wins by disqualification, which pisses Brunson Reed off. But Seth Rollins, like the smart man he is after committing the heist of the century, he gets out of there. Now, take a quick break. In the meantime, Braun Breaker is the only person who has a match at Clash, because in the midst of everything that was going on, we were having a tournament to determine his next number one contender. In this said tournament, it was a triple threat match between Mr. Dominic Mysterio, Mr. Finn Balor, and I'm sorry, y'all, I just had a crazy brain fart. Honestly, just pick somebody random on Raw who y'all want to see.
Penta.
And Penta in the finals. Now, what happens in the final seconds? Dominic Mysterio hits Penta with a frog splash, but Finn Balor comes through and saves the day as Penta tries to pin. He hits them with a coup de grace onto Penta's back, and then he decides to come through and throw Penta out of the ring and pin Dominic himself to go on to be the number one contender for Braun Breaker's Intercontinental Championship. Now, with that being said, that plants seeds in another line for this potential Judgment Day collapse. Now, moving on, nothing really interesting happens. Seth Rollins still don't have any opponents. So, WrestlePalooza comes up, and Brunson Reed is in the building. He is pissed off. He can't get his rematch yet. He's upset. He lost the new number one contenders match to LA Knight, so he's not even in the match tonight, but he was cost by the Vision. And Brunson decides to take matters into his own hands, and he cost the Vision the tag team titles, and the tag team titles are now with American Made at the hands of Mr. Brunson Reed. Next, Seth versus LA Knight. Yeah. And
Yeah.
LA Knight wins due to Mr. Bronson Reed interfering and tsunami and Seth through the announce table. Now, as we see the end of the pay-per-view is coming up, everybody's laying in waste, everybody's beat up. Bronson Reed grabs the microphone and says, "Until I get my hands on you, Seth Rollins, I will destroy everything you love, everything you've created, and everything that you have worked for." Now,
He's gonna headbutt Becky.
he might. With the group losing some of its everything that's going on the next Raw, Braun Breaker is scheduled to have a tag title match against Mr. Carmelo Hayes. Now, I'm sorry, did I say tag title? Intercontinental Championship match against Mr. Carmelo Hayes. Now, in this one, they make a promise to Braun that they will do everything they can to stop Bronson Reed. But Bronson Reed didn't come by himself. He brought the backup. His backup being that handy dandy steel chair, and throughout the night, he systematically takes out Vision members one by one until the only man remaining is Mr. Braun Breaker and Mr. Seth freaking Rollins. Now, Seth is at ringside. Braun comes out. Braun hits Seth. Seth is beat down. He tsunamis Seth. And we see Braun Breaker try to help his mans out, but he eats a steel chair, thrown back into the ring. Carmelo Hayes, 1, 2, 3, and we have a brand new Intercontinental Champion. And the dog himself is mad. He's barking and he is pissed off. Now, we're going to pause here. We're at Saturday Night Main Event in November. We have...
Wait, in real life, this is the Logan Paul John Cena one?
I think so, yes.
Okay.
Now, the Vision face American Made for a rematch of the tag titles. And Bronson Reed is banned from the building, by the way. Now, in the Vision versus American Made match, the Vision is able to handle business. No interference by Mr. Bronson Reed. Now, in this Saturday Night Main Event, Cody Rhodes is actually defending his WWE Championship at this one. We've been hearing speculation that Mr. Money in the Bank may be in the building after reports that he was not in the building. So as Cody Rhodes is getting ready to defend his WWE Championship in a match that will go on against Mr. Damian Priest, we have everything going to plan. But then we hear that siren and we hear the dog start barking. But right before the dogs can fully bark, Big Bronson Reed comes out of nowhere and clotheslines Braun Breaker, beats him to a pulp, tsunamis him through the announce table, and tells Braun Breaker, "I told Seth I was going to take everything until I got my shot." And Mr. Money in the Bank could not cash in and take advantage. On the next Raw, we have a big brawl. We have the Vision in the ring. I'm sorry, not the Vision. We have Bronson Reed in the ring. We got Carmelo Hayes in the ring. We got LA Knight and a returning Roman Reigns, who are all sick of the crap that the Vision has been doing. But then Seth Rollins and the Vision come out and they start talking. We don't care what you all have to say about us. We are the most dominant faction in the history of professional wrestling. And guess what, guys? Even if you wanted to face us, it's only 4 of you. You couldn't handle the Vision on your own. What makes you think your little fake team is going to be able to handle anything against the Vision now? And the Vision comes to the ring. Now, it is a 4-on-4 brawl. They are brawling. They are doing everything. And out of nowhere, you hear that TV static. and making his triumphant return is the 5th member for Team Brunson Reed, Mr. C.M. Punk. They dismantled the Vision. Now the Vision is rolled out of the way, but then comes out a fresh, familiar face. It's November. Survivor Series is on the rise. Let's make this a 5-on-5 War Games match, said by Mr. William Regal himself. Now that leaves us with a predicament. Who is the Vision gonna grab to be their 5th? Now that we are at War Games, we are gonna pass it to Mr. Hunter so we can figure out who is the 5th for the Vision, as well as what's going to happen over these next coming months up until WrestleMania.
Yeah. All right. So far, as we know, the 4 members of the Vision: Tony D'Angelo, Austin Theory, Seth Rollins, and Braun Breaker. We need the 5th. Okay, and let me start that again. The 5th person in the Vision is going to be the one, the only, the Maverick, Logan Paul. And he brings a whole new level of hate. People don't like him. If people hated the Vision now, they definitely not going to like it now that Logan Paul has joined us. And he comes in, he gets in the fray, he's in the scramble, and he's just brass. Hell, them things called
Brass knuckles. You had it.
brass knuckles. He takes brass knuckles. He just starts haymaking everybody. If it's got a heartbeat, he hit it. It didn't matter. He may even walk over there and hit Michael Cole and who was his
Wade
partner at
Barrett?
that time?
Wade Barrett.
Were they Raw at that point?
Yeah.
It don't even matter. We can
Just
mix them
hitting
up how we
everybody.
want. It's our universe.
So we get to War Games. Okay.
War Games.
We get to War Games. Now, I do have 2 members of the Vision pulling double duty. Okay.
Okay, what's that?
So the tag titles are on the line in a fatal 4-way match between Tony D and Austin Theory, American Made, New Day, and the War Raiders.
Oh,
Tony
this
D
is one
is-
match, or that's
is-
how? Wait, it's a match, or that's a?
War
That is
Games.
that Survivor Series. That is a fatal 4-way for the World Tag Team Championships.
I love it. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Tony D and Austin Theory have been in, they fought American Made twice. Grayson Waller's in the New Day corner. Theory wants a New Day because they can't get to Waller. And the War Raiders are just pissed off. They want to fight somebody. Okay. Now, I had this match on paper, but I do need some help from either one of y'all. I could not truly figure out how I would like that match to go. Because American Made is the champion coming into this match. Keep that in mind. American Made are the tag team champions at this point in time.
Ooh. Okay. I thought they lost them at Saturday night main event.
You had the Vision losing to the Vision lost to American Made at Saturday Night Main Event.
No, I said the Vision versus American Made lose.
Oh, I wrote that down wrong then. Okay, so the Vision is the tag team titles coming into this. Okay. That makes it even better.
I think they retain.
You think they retain?
I do.
Okay.
I think they should retain here.
I'm gonna go with. I'll say they retain too, but if it wasn't them, I definitely would be going for American Made. But I think that they should retain.
I can agree.
So they're already beat up before we even get into the
let me backtrack because I got myself all out of whack. So Survivor Series.
Mm-hmm.
Pause it.
So we are within the War Games now. In that fatal 4-way match, it is a regular fatal 4-way. I don't like the rules where everybody where you only two people can be in the matchup. So this is going to be, since it's double ringed in War Games, we got one team fighting in one ring, one team fighting in another, and they can cross over how they need to. In this matchup, in the final series, we got a crazy suplex from American Made. We got Mr. Ivar coming in and doing his cartwheel into the back bump into the corner on to Mr. Austin Theory. Theory tries to get up and recover, and as he thinks he's recovering, and Kofi Kingston comes through with a trouble in paradise. But to save the match for his team, Mr. Tony D'Angelo has a snap. He's throwing elbows, he's throwing punches, he's throwing kicks, and just in the nick of time, Austin Theory kicks out. Now the referee has been distracted. Austin Theory hits a low blow on the Kofi Kingston. Tony D'Angelo hits his finisher, rolls him up. 1, 2, 3. Retention for the Vision. But at what cost? So, with that being said, the next matchup that we do have is the Vision versus Team Brunson Reed. Now, we get into the War Games match, and it is started off by Mr. Braun Breaker and Mr. Drew. I'm sorry, not Drew. It is started off by Mr. Braun Breaker and Mr. L.A. Knight.
Yeah.
As the match progresses, we start to see a pattern. The Vision is a well-oiled machine. Tired or not, it is hard to get something over on them right now as a complete unit. And we're finally seeing how much teamwork actually means going forward. Now, with that being said, we're getting into the final stages of this match. The final two men enter, being Mr. Seth freaking Rollins and Mr. CM Punk, the two men who started everything. We think that everything is coming to a head. We see Tony D'Angelo trying to help Seth Rollins, and Seth is set up for a spear from Roman, and Tony D'Angelo pushes CM Punk in the way. He dumps Roman out of the way, hits CM Punk with his finisher. We get a curb stomp from Seth freaking Rollins, and Seth Rollins is able to pin CM Punk, putting a decisive thud on their feud and slamming the door on Mr. Big Brunson Reed. And now we move forward to the Royal Rumble.
Yep. Rumble time, baby. It's my favorite PLE.
Same. I think we all agree back. If you guys want to go back to our previous videos, we agreed that the Royal Rumble was freaking amazing.
Yep. And of course, we all know that the Rumble tells a lot of different stories, the pay-per-view, different matches. So as far as the Vision goes, at the Rumble, every single member is involved in the PLE, whether it's in the Royal Rumble match itself or separate matches. Okay. So on the Royal Rumble card, Braun Breaker defends his title against Carmelo Hayes. Seth Rollins is actually in a triple threat match for the World Heavyweight Championship against Big Bronson Reed and Drew McIntyre. That leaves Tony D and Theory and Paul. They are all in the Rumble match. Okay? Braun Breaker, he's Braun Breaker, right? He's fast, he's big, he's flying all over the ring. He is absolutely giving the business to Carmelo Hayes. Carmelo Hayes catches that second win like he always does. He catches it. Boom. And he's giving Breaker everything he's got. Boom. Flying off the top rope. There's a table. Boom. Theory's music hits. To the ring he goes. He goes to get involved. Hayes, I cannot talk. A springboard dive over the top rope, catches Theory before he even gets in the ring. He comes to his feet. He gets in. Braun Breaker hits him with that definitive spear. 1, 2, 3. Once again, Braun Breaker dominates and comes away from the Royal Rumble still the Intercontinental Champion. Not much to that. Braun Breaker is Braun Breaker. He's dominant. He's big. Personally, I'm not letting him lose to someone of a Carmelo Hayes stature. Not saying that Carmelo Hayes is not fit to be.
Boo this man.
But also, I hate to say it, but at this point, even in real life, he's not him yet. I mean, he's
Right.
him, as we know, as his character, but he's not the United States champion
Right.
yet.
And he's been through the ringer. He keeps going through the ringer. He gets up there, and he got to come back down a notch. His time will come for future videos. Okay. World Heavyweight Championship match. Big Bronson Reed, Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre. The only reason Bronson Reed is back in this match after ultimately ending the feud at Survivor Series in the War Games match, he goes to Adam Pearce on a Raw. He's like, I need one more shot. One more shot, and I will never challenge for it again as long as he holds the title. But I need that one more shot. And it's a banger. Match of the year quality. Claymores and tsunamis, and eventually comes in and the details. This particular match, it can go 1,000 different ways, right? Big Bronson Reed takes the pin from Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins retains. Okay. I don't see Seth Rollins dropping a title at this particular pay-per-view. Now, if I was going to pick a pay-per-view for him to drop at that wasn't WrestleMania, this is it. This particular match would have been the one to do it, right? At least in my opinion. And y'all know how much I like Drew McIntyre, and I don't even have him winning this match. And if it was up to me, it'd just be Drew all the way down the list.
We know.
We know. Yep, absolutely.
I bet. Let's keep going though. I like that.
So then we get to the Royal Rumble. I didn't pick numbers. Logan Paul, Tony D, who's the third? Austin Theory. Those are the three Vision members left. They were not in a match in the night. They are the three members representing the Vision in the Royal Rumble match. Your final four in this year's Rumble match is Logan Paul, Jey Uso, John Cena, and let's go Penta back in there. Penta's still hanging around. So Penta, Logan Paul, John Cena, and Jey Uso, because we're still sending John off into a blaze of glory. And Logan Paul eliminates John Cena in a way better fashion than what we got this past year. There's not no falling off the ropes. Logan Paul is dominant. He brass knuckles Cena, knocks him cold, and picks him up and throws him over the top rope defiantly. And Logan Paul wins the Royal Rumble. Immediately after the Royal Rumble, Seth's music hits. He comes down to the ring and celebrates with Logan Paul. At this point, before we move forward, everybody's made up their mind. Logan Paul is choosing Cody Rhodes as his opponent at WrestleMania.
Okay.
Elimination Chamber, I have the Vision nowhere near it. If I was going to book it to still get Punk or Cena there, I'd probably still have Cena win the Chamber. So as it sits right now, Logan Paul versus Cody Rhodes, John Cena versus Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. Okay. We go a few weeks, nothing really happens. Paul's shooting promos, but he's not really saying anything. He's not really directing any attention to one or the other. Everybody just assumes he's talking about Cody Rhodes, but he's not saying no names. He's not being real.
He's not being direct about it.
Direct, that's the word. And so we go back and forth. Chamber comes and goes. Cena's now won the Chamber, and Adam Pearce is telling him, Logan, you have to make a decision tonight. Vision comes out, music hits, they're all in the ring. Logan's going to make this big decision. He's going to shoot a promo on Cody Rhodes. Everybody knows it. But in a evolution type situation, Logan looks at Seth and goes, Seth, a great wrestler once said, to be the man, you have to beat the man. Right? Seth kind of has that, what are you talking about look on your face. Logan being Logan in his cocky demeanor, real simple like, Seth Rollins, I will see you at WrestleMania. And that's it. Doesn't say anything else, and he leaves. Over the course of the next few weeks, Logan Paul gets his tail absolutely whooped by every member of the Vision. Backstage, parking lot, one-on-one run-ins.
It look like NXT.
Just getting bullied wherever he goes, trying to do everything in their power to get him to change his mind. This goes on for weeks. He goes to Adam Pearce. He's like, I can't fight all of them. Rollins is trying to do all his best with Pearce to get Logan Paul to change his mind. He does not want to fight Logan Paul. He wants to fight John Cena. That's who he wants to wrestle at WrestleMania. And Adam Pearce straight up say, the decision has been made. The papers have been signed. It will be Logan Paul versus Seth Rollins at WrestleMania, and there's nothing you can do about it. Following? We get to WrestleMania. Okay. Braun Breaker loses the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania early in the night. Against who? You guessed it, Drew freaking McIntyre. Drew gets his title. Drew's a Grand Slam champion, and he rides off into the sunset. Love it.
I don't think he's a Grand Slam, is he?
That's the only belt he's missing.
Wow. Okay, I didn't know he won the US.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Yeah. Maybe it is the US. You're right. I'm wrong. Because he
I'm
wore
about to
the
say, I think he might be missing. I was thinking that
You're right.
it might be the US.
He
but
had
yeah.
the white strap. Anyway, Drew McIntyre still wins the Intercontinental Championship. So we get to the main event. Logan Paul, Seth Rollins. Match comes on, and it's actually a really, really, really good match. Logan Paul is giving Seth everything he's got. Seth has been training him and teaching him for months at this point. He's learned Seth Rollins like the back of his hand. They're going at it. He gets Seth in the corner. Seth's scrambling around. Brass knuckles come out of the trunks. He turns towards the camera and he shows it. About that time, the dogs start barking. Here comes Braun Breaker.
Who?
Seth thinks he's got help. He kind of gets up in the corner and starts laughing. You're done. What are you going to do about it? Out of nowhere, over the loudspeaker, you hear Braun Breaker is cashing in his Money in the Bank contract, and this is now a triple threat match. Seth registered, and he turns. As soon as he turns, boom, he is speared by Braun Breaker. Logan Paul comes in. We get an Irish whip to the ropes. Boom, we got a spear. He lines both of them up into each corner, and he hits them with the running, I don't know what they call it, the belly, the hug, whatever they call that.
Oh, a bear hug? No.
Yeah, when they just run into the ring and.
Oh yeah, I don't know what that's called either.
And at that 25-mile-an-hour speed going back and forth, he's just running into everything. He gets Seth up and he hits him with two more spears, throws Paul out of the ring, and Braun Breaker is your new World Heavyweight champion, and the Vision is no more. And that is how I would book the fall of the Vision.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Now, D, with us being done, if y'all want us to keep going, y'all gotta let us know. But D, did you like our story from start to finish?
I did. I like how we got there. There was a lot of matches in this story, I don't know. Well, y'all can tell me as well, but like y'all as being the fans, there was a lot of matches here that we've never seen before. Um, for example, and there was a
And
lot
that
of
was kind
moments
of
that
our
we've never
goal.
seen
Yeah,
before.
it's kind of our goal
It,
coming in was to
Yeah, make
the
something that we
people
hadn't
are on
seen.
the roster. Why are they not being used? You have a faction that you could throw just about anybody against and make it work.
Instead, we keep getting Judgment Day stuff.
Yeah, like we don't need to see the same four people fighting the same four people when everybody hates division, top to bottom,
And,
men, women, announcers, old ladies in the stands. Everybody hates them.
yeah,
Pick
and they and
somebody.
they took and they took the coolness out of the Judgment Day, the song. If you believe,
absolutely. I think I'll say this too. Like for example, I think it was interesting because I mean honestly too. Like we got to think about the grand scheme of things too. Technically speaking, this was a Bronson Reed babyface run, if you really want to think about it from that aspect,
Mhm.
which is different. I mean, I've never seen that, you know what I'm saying? We talk about stuff we've never seen before, like Bronson Reed. And honestly, too, and the reason I like this is because that's how he should have came back anyway. He should have, him and Seth, I think his last match had something to do with Seth or something. The
Yeah,
last match he had with Seth or something like that.
he
That's
took
It's
when
like,
he
Seth
hit
out.
the. That's when he hit the like 9 tsunamis on Seth in the ring, and then a few weeks later he comes back and he's in the
No,
faction.
no, no, no. He broke his ankle. He came back from breaking his ankle. Then
yes. But I mean, but like
nine
realistically
tsunamis was
though,
before the ankle break.
yeah, but like realistically though,
Oh,
that should happen. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like one of his last opponents that he murdered was Seth Rollins as a
yeah,
babyface, and they just come and join forces. Like that doesn't make sense, you know?
yeah.
Like,
I never,
and
I
I
never, I never agreed with that from the from the
very
jump.
beginning, me neither. I was like, that's kind of strange. But of course, WWE plays on the ability for people's short term memory.
hmm
Um, but so I like the longevity of it because realistically speaking, if I just demolished you in this one match, we have unfinished business. I'm not going to just come in and join you without any questions asked. I just feel like that's unbelievable. So y'all made that run very much so believable. With um, Bronson Reed being a babyface, I think that'd be super interesting. Following his way against the division instead of him conforming to whatever they have going on, I feel like that's a different outlook. When it came to even Logan Paul has a babyface kind of story here. You know, turning on the vision and you know and what Seth Rollins believes. Even Braun Breaker kind of has like at the end of it a babyface kind of scenario, which is great. So I kind of like that. I kind of like the payoff is all against Seth Rollins. So I really thought that was great. It was one more
Let
thing
me
that really
let
stood
me
out.
let me ask you this: from what we got and what you heard, is the vision only being around for a year long enough for that faction to make a true impact? Or is it more
Absolutely.
just a flash in a pan?
No, absolutely, absolutely. I feel like see one thing that I've learned from booking. Yes, timing is everything, but from things being short lived, that doesn't take away from the impact that they have. Even in realistically, like if you think about it, like in real life, Seth Rollins' impact within the division necessarily wasn't long. You know, he did what he had to
Right.
do to put them on a platform, and he's kind of not even involved anymore. Or allegedly, he will be when he comes back. We don't know the angle they're going to run, but I will say that it got to the point we understood how these are some bad guys that you don't want to mess with, and if that only lasts a year, that's great because the story was able to be told within a year, and within this year, um, who knows what's next? You know, like I like to think for the future. I never like to think in the now when I book. You know, like if I book something for today, my goal is to, and this is something that was told to me a while back. It's not about getting people to sit. It's not about getting people to buy tickets. It's about getting them to buy tickets for the next one. So which was taught to me. Okay, cool. You had a great show. 300 people showed up on the independent scene, or in WWE, for example, you had a great show. 70,000 people came out. But at the next one, is it going to be the same 70,000 people, or are you going to lose numbers? So with that being said, I always think for the future. Um, so from this aspect, the future of what this can do for them can go a long way. You know, like it leaves the door open. Can Seth Rollins go back into this babyface role, or is he going to remain heel because he had essentially Logan Paul turn on him and Braun Breaker. So it kind of puts them in this different position. What happens from Braun Breaker to Logan Paul? So I think it's important that even when stories close in pro wrestling, that they open up another story somewhere. And I feel like you guys did a great job of doing that. Because what I'm saying, there's and you've seen it all, we've seen it all. We've been wrestling fans since we know how to walk and talk. Um, there's always been those times where angles could be potentially something, then they close the angle and we never hear from it again, and it just that door shuts.
Is there
In this
anything
case,
we left open? Is there anything we left open that you wish, in your opinion, from what you know and what you heard, was there anything that we booked or Jay booked that maybe you got one more match out of it, or maybe it went a different direction?
okay,
I guess the question would be is, I guess that is the question. Did we close everything that we opened, or did we leave something open to the point to where we can now build?
Did we got any loose ends?
I won't say loose ends, but I do have particular people that I'm actually really interested in, right? So let's say the division is actually divided, right?
Mm-hmm.
I actually like the tag team of Tony D'Angelo and Austin Theory.
Right?
I think they stay in.
So can we end the division and keep that going and see where that kind of goes?
I think they pick a side.
Even if they don't pick a side, right? Because Tony D'Angelo, the story's there. He got kicked. His family disbanded. He lost that family. Now the division's gone. He lost his second family, and maybe we can have kind of like I don't know. The
new family.
Imagination is endless. Maybe we can have like a Tony D'Angelo takes on Austin Theory to be like a big brother figure to him, and this is his last remaining family. And now you have a tag team that's
now he got to protect his family.
Protecting his family, but he sees it as like a big brother, young brother role.
Absolutely.
So there's so many ways that stories can go, and that's kind of why I found, and I'll tell anybody this. And this is insider about me, but I've told a lot of people this. When it comes to pro wrestling, photography was just my way into the door. I still love photography. I want to take pictures to the day I die. But if the opportunity comes and they're like, "Yo, we want you to become a writer. We want you to become in a position to where you can develop characters." Oh, absolutely. This whole segment was like up my alley. That is the stuff that I'm interested in. I love stories. If you guys don't know, I went to school for film, as a screenwriter, as a director. So creating characters and creating their story is what I'm all about. I think it's awesome. I think there was like people that were incorporated that. Another thing too is like little people that are incorporated in the story makes it something that it is. For example, we talked about having the Money in the Bank match with Penta and all those guys. It's funny how like little chess piece, LA Knight. It's funny how those chess pieces create to the bigger portion of the story, and it might not have seemed like it was they had a huge job, but if you really think about it, they did have a huge part in creating the evolution of, in this case, of what division was, which was great. I also I complimented you guys. I think it's great that you guys actually made them a fierce force of reckoning. You know what I'm saying? Like they took so many L's on in the early portion of their build up to where it was like these guys are just a team of jobbers. That's kind of how I felt. But now, from your guys' story, they're actually something that can actually be a competitive faction within WWE. But as I've glorified you guys on the story and how you guys wrapped it around and created characters and put people in positions to shine like Bronson Reed, it also gave me a different impact because a lot of the story, and honestly, I hate to say this because you guys know I'm anti-heel versus heel, but I feel like we got so many matches with the heel v heel concept that we've never seen before that I actually think it works. And I know that's contrary to every belief I've ever had in my life.
Yeah, looking back, Jay, I don't think we had very many face versus heels to begin with.
Because he was beating everybody up.
Yeah.
Like this, it's like the Nexus. It didn't matter. The Nexus was heels, faces versus the Nexus. It didn't matter because we all got a common enemy. But D, we got to keep going. So, one, what do you rank our story, and then would you hire us, basically?
So, as far as ranking story, we're gonna have to do more of these in the future, so I can kind of get a grasp. So I'm gonna leave that to you guys. You know what I'm saying?
Scale of 1 to 10, put it like this.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna give you a scale of 1 to 10. So, but since this is the first one, I'm gonna benchmark this. I'm gonna say this is the lucky 7. I'm gonna benchmark this as a lucky 7, and as we continue to grow and go and do more of these,
I'll take a 7.
that
Where's my
number may
contract?
change.
Contract?
You said what?
I said I'll take a 7. Where's my contract?
I will sign you guys for the new writing team.
I'll be in the writing room on Monday, boss.
Absolutely.
Yes,
I
sir.
will look, brother. I'll see you there.
But man, we appreciate y'all for popping out. We're gonna do more of these. We're gonna try and do about one a month so we can really like go in depth with it. And we're not just gonna do booking current stuff. We're also gonna say how we would rebook some stuff that happened in the past, some completely made up stories for the future. And who knows, guys, we may even do your forbidden doors and your dream matches. So make sure you all stay tuned for that. We appreciate everything that y'all have done. You know what I mean? We have a big year coming up for all of us, man. We hope everyone has a blessed, safe, and happy new year. And I'm your host, Mr. J. Mr. Face, you got any last words?
Yeah, you guys are freaking phenomenal. I will say that you guys are amazing. I love doing this podcast with you guys. You guys are great. I love that you guys were able to tap into your creativity. And yeah, like I said, I'm super proud of you guys for doing this. This is pretty dope.
Mr. Hunter, anything you got to add?
No, all I got to say is it end of a great year. I'm glad to be brought in when I was, and these last few months have been extremely fun, and I'm excited for what 2026 has to offer for the podcast, for wrestling as a whole. And anyone who tunes in, who watches this, I want to wish you a happy new year. Hope you had a great Christmas, and we will see you after the start of the new year, where the Lounge podcast goes to the next level.
To the next level. Also, I would like to say that if you guys didn't notice, we did get some more budget, and we did spend it on 100 setup because it looks phenomenal over there, brother. I saw everything.
Hey, man.
Looks
I
great,
appreciate it.
Yeah, I know we tapped in. But, man, without further ado,
good to me.
I'm your host, Mr. J. That is Face. That is my wise man. We out of here, baby. Peace.
Peace.